What's up, my bots? I'm gonna do a quickish stream. Wanted to get on earlier, but didn't get a chance. Let me show you where our last kind of vibe-coded game jam project went. I don't know why this is on the wrong screen. I hate when that happens. Here we go. All right. Vibe pins. All right, so as always, you can go to randroidsdojo on GitHub, and you can see my projects, all pretty much open source. Here's the one we started on Friday. You'll notice it has 85 commits, mostly through pull requests, meaning I did it from my phone. I use the Claude Code app, and it always does pull requests. So I wanted to kind of walk you through how the Spiral framework was working and how the game kind of went really fast from 20 to 80% done. But the last 20%, as always, is a little tricky, and I'm kind of spinning my wheels a bit working from my phone. So we'll dig into what I'm seeing wrong with it. But before we do that, I mean, we could do that as I show you. I don't have it on randroid.dev yet. That's where you can see most of my games. Maybe we'll do that in this session. But I do have it on my Vercel. So let me go Vercel, vibe pins. All right, yes, you can actually play this right now. vibe-pins.vercel.app. There's a multiplayer I haven't really tested yet. I don't know. I usually play with sound off, so I don't even know if it has sound. Ball cam was an idea I had it add, and I totally forgot I told it to do that, so I want to try that. How to play as a tutorial, I guess. Yeah, see the balls there? That's kind of the bug. But, all right, so it's telling you how to play. Left, right to aim. Let me see if keyboard works. I usually do it for my phone. Okay, keyboard does work. I want to add drag. I don't know how I feel about the angle of the aim line, but I guess if you're aiming with your right, like if you're throwing with your right hand, I don't know. But let's say I put it here. Again, it's weird that we're like aiming the throw and not the destination. So I don't know, something off about it. But that's only the first part. After you click, you can then set the spin. So let's say I want a little bit of left spin. Oh, I think I just did it in the middle and full power. Now so that was actually pretty good for duck pins. This is duck pins bowling, if you ever heard of that. Smaller squatter pins. They're on strings, so they get reset a little differently than mechanical pins or whatever you call it. One thing to note, though, is it's harder. So I was actually looking this up, and I didn't realize it, but no one in a professional duck pin bowling league or whatever, sanctioned league, has actually gotten a perfect score of 300. You get 3 shots. Obviously, for a perfect score, you'd want to get a strike. So 1 shot on every frame, except the 10th frame, you'd get 3 strikes because there's a bonus. But no one's ever done that. I think the highest was in the 90s. Someone got 276, I believe it was, points. And duckpin bowling's been around for 100 years. So it's harder, which is funny because I played this like a couple weekends ago. So it gave me the idea with a friend of mine. And I didn't get any strikes. I got a few spares. But my friend got a strike, actually. I beat him the first game, beat me the second one. But you'll see, I've still got, 4 pins? You know, one thing, I guess 4 and 2. So, yeah, 4 pins. I was going to say maybe some indicator of what pins are left. I don't know. It's functional. I'm just trying to think of, like, tweaks. Like, is it supposed to be this hard? I think so. Like, it is pretty hard compared to 10 pin. But I also want to make it, at some point, I want to get a strike and confirm it's not impossible. So too much spin on that one. And you see the ball return there? That is one of the big struggles I had with this and it's still obviously glitching with the pickup. So you can see when it picks up the balls, see that's not too bad, but they're not really cradled in the return very well, and then they're kind of glitching all over the place. So when I was playing this for reals, I had a theory at first, like maybe it's not about power and like speed and velocity. Maybe softer is better, because if you go really hard, you'll knock like one pin straight back, and you know the one behind it, but nothing else. But then my friend at the time realized, at the time of bowling, my friend realized the spin is actually the trick, because the ball will bounce off of one pin and go in another angle. So let me see if I can get some of that spin here. If I do too much spin, it goes gutter ball. See, I think spin is, I did, like my spin was barely, not even, it wasn't even halfway on the left. So I don't know if the spin range is quite worked out yet. See, that was like just left of the green maybe, and it still went directly where my line, well, yeah, I guess that's why. But I feel like it still kind of went a little left. Yeah, so I haven't closed out a single frame. I think it's definitely, my score is lower than it was in person, so it's either a little harder or I haven't really found my technique yet. Those balls are so bad. Also the background, so I wanted it to be kind of mechanical vibe, looks like Game Boy to me. But it only did on the lane that I'm on. It didn't even use real pins for the other lanes, so there's obviously some polish that needs to be done. Just one. All right, well, I won't play a full game, though I probably should. I don't think I've played through an entire game. What was my best frame? 4, 5. Let's say I got a 7. All right, let's do this. So if I go right on this arrow, directly on this arrow, I do left of green. Oh, full power, kind of. Nope. Okay. I'm thinking full right. Position full right. Maybe even a little right spin. Let's try that. And then full power. Boom. What's that do? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go full right, and then I'm gonna do the left spin. I think the max power needs to be faster. Also, is there like a shadow, kind of a weird shadow the middle pins are in? I don't know. So one of the things I want to actually do on stream is I was kind of thinking like I need to be able to edit the game level, like the geometry, and maybe tell Claude, like circle things and go, this thing over here should be bigger or smaller or out of the shadow, whatever. Like or maybe even reposition things. Basically, I'm saying let's make a game editor. I went from trying to use Godot and Unity with AI to thinking, why don't we just have an AI first game engine, right? So I've got my framework called VibeKit. You can check it out on my GitHub repo, but it doesn't really have any special, like there's no editor. It's just components like leaderboards and stuff like that. But I was thinking sometimes in my 3D games I'll put like a model viewer, so that I can like troubleshoot problems with like the 3D models that I'm creating or finding online and trying to customize. And so that's really nice to quickly, easily like rotate a 3D object and view it from all angles or whatnot. But I was thinking of going one step further and like, what if I could actually manipulate the 3D object in real time somehow? Again, instead of a game editor. Now I'm talking about creating Blender, basically. And so Blender does work with Claude Code from the CLI, but it just tears up my tokens, destroys my tokens. Oh, so that bug? You see that bug? I've only gotten that once before with the swinging pin, and AI could not find the cause. So that's another example of like, I need better debugging or something. So another thing that I do sometimes when debugging is I will have Claude put on the screen, because most of the time I'm like playing the game from my phone, the logs or the important like position of the player, or the velocity at the time of hit, or whatever, you know, like key details about the state of the world at a given time when a bug happens. Shows it on screen, big green text on a black background, and then I take a screenshot of that, and then I give it to Claude, and I go, hey, I reproduced the bug. Here was the state of the world when that thing glitched out, and then it can kind of troubleshoot that way. Obviously, if you're on a PC, you could just have it use the Chrome Claude integration or any one of those browser agents. But I'm doing, like I said, from my phone, it's all from Claude servers, Anthropic servers, and they do not have any browsers available as far as I know. Maybe I can custom install one. That might be something to look into as well. Put that on my to-do list of stuff that I need to figure out. Maybe you can install a headless browser on Claude Code, Claude.ai/code. I said I wasn't going to play the whole full game, but I'm already on frame 9, so I better finish it, right? So it's not quite as fun or addicting as the Hoops game, and I can't really think of ways that I would customize it other than just straight up changing the rules of the game mode maybe, or the physics or something like that, which kind of goes against, this is a real game, whereas the Hoops like is more arcadey. You can move the basket around, set the ball on fire. I guess I could do stuff like that here. But if you're here for the Friday stream, I explicitly said I did not want the arcadey vibe necessarily. Like I didn't want neon colors and arcade music. I wanted it to be more, not grunge, what's the word? Mad Max style, post-apocalyptic metal, like, I don't know. That's kind of the vibe I was hoping for. But yeah, the graphics very basic, lighting very basic. But this is, if I fix the ball return issue, maybe I add some controls for tweaking the physics. Yay, there we go. Got leaderboards already. All right, number 1 ranked. Go beat my score. vibe-pins.vercel.app. I want to see that score beat. And one thing I need to try still is go to the main menu, ball cam off. Let's turn that on. So I have not tested this. Let's see how it looks. Ooh, okay, I like that. Gotta go a little lower though, right? What should I do at the end? Should it lower itself, or should it be low the whole time so you can see under? Or should it pull back at the end? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Oh, you know what? I realized I wasn't looking at, I don't have YouTube comments pulled up. Did that last time too. Last time was just on a different comment thing or whatever. Oh, waiting for randroidsdojo. Did I just schedule it? What the heck? Am I not live on YouTube right now? Oh no, there's another one. I don't know why I scheduled one as well. All right, so the question, this is top chat, live chat. I think I can see you guys if you're here. Oh, okay, I had to make the window a little bigger. You can't see my other screen. Alrighty, but anyways, here is the game. Play it out, or play it, check it out. All right, so yeah, so it's too high right there. It could stop a ways back. I'm not sure. But put that in the bug list because I'm not doing that right now. Was there any other feature I said I was going to try out? Oh, there's no menu. I can't go back. I just literally go back, but oops, I'm gonna mute myself. Is YouTube look like crap because I'm on I got rid of the 20-second buffer. Not sure. Alrighty, audio, it's okay. We'll get it later. Multiplayer. So if I try to create a match, share this link to invite a player, create match. Alright, so if I copy this, let me see if I can get Santiago's attention real quick. He's my editor. My old game developer partner. We're actually working on a game together for his game jam. I didn't do too much, but did a little. He had a pretty cool concept and can you hop in here real quick? Let's see if you can get to that. But yeah, so multiplayer should work. I didn't put any like score cheat prevention stuff explicitly, so I am curious if you can break it by sending whatever score you want to the server. I would love for someone to try to break it. It's not that serious. Obviously, if this was a real production project, I'd be a little more careful, but just messing around. Refresh. Okay, well, let's see if he joins. I want to show you guys the commits or the pull requests real quick. So 4 days ago, that's probably when I did this stream, right? So add spiral HTML scaffold. Spiral is a skill that tells Claude how to track its work and as it goes, follow-ups and bugs it finds, and updating the game design doc as it goes. We read it on stream last time on Friday. Like there's like 7 steps or something. So I showed that in the last stream how to set that up. It's actually been working pretty well. I did do one update to it so that it properly uses the HTML version. I haven't noticed HTML being better or worse than Markdown, but I'll keep experimenting with it. Bootstrap, Vite, TypeScript, Three.js, rip your toolchain. We did that on stream. Rack the 10 duck pins on the deck. One thing I'm curious about is can I play the old versions, or they might have gone away already. I don't know how long these last, but yeah, so those the basic pins. That was all on stream, so like an hour or two. Tether each pin to a Slack overhead cord, add the duck pin scoring engine, add a ball. I think I started doing this from my phone. Add a ball that rolls down the lane. So you can see the evolution, and it's all detailed. It's all in the docs. So theoretically, somebody could come along and, get some lessons learned for where maybe where the AI went wrong, or where it does well, or at game development. There's a lot of good data in here. I don't have the full chat logs in here. Probably should think about starting to upload those as well. That could be handy for digging through the code archaeology style later on. Detect standing versus fallen pins with the settle window. Add the string reset cycle. Make the lane readable. Shot setup walk up. So you can see an early version of the camera positioning itself. Grabs the ball. So like I had this, like that was a few hours at most, mostly from my phone too. I had a lot of what you see in the final game, and then just kind of evolves as we go. Added audio, added a tutorial, lineup indicator with touch and mouse drag, point the ball with lineup base aim, render spin and power meters, skin the scoreboard as an electromechanical split flap display. So here's some of the churn, some of the rework. This was its first attempt at the backboard. Okay, it's just the ground stuff, I guess, but it's got the strings. So it's evolving. This is what, the same day? This is like the next day, I think. 3 days ago, so Saturday. Complete the mechanical material palette, staged the lane inside the machine room interior. So I made it wider. Prove cord hung pin reads fallen against the real physics. This might have been a bug. Only had pure classifier coverage for an off-deck pin. Add a headless rapier smoke that suspends a pin by a taut cord above the deck and confirms both the classifier and the settle window. Read it fallen. I guess it was doing some kind of troubleshooting of the scoring mechanism. I'm not quite sure, but hey, you can see it started adding this kind of like metal thing here. Had that for the longest time. I just replaced it recently. Code split the production bundle into app and vendor chunks. Okay, so it did some cleanup. Prove the reset cycle runs. Skimming through some of these. Add global leaderboard backend. So I initialized Vercel. I had it open up the Vercel webpage and open create the key value store with Upstash. I just had to click one button. Post completed solo games to the leaderboard. Show all time and daily standing. Show the player's standing in context for the leaderboard. So a bunch of leaderboard stuff, and all this was like probably within a couple hours of each other. Just like check my phone every once in a while, or not. Like I actually was running the Randroid loop, so it would do like 5-6 of these stories, and then be like, "Hey, do you want to go play test?" Because a part of the spiral forces it to actually try to make the game fun, and a lot of that depends on me play testing it, because it doesn't know what's fun, and so it could run forever. I could use Codex, you could Claude Code, whatever, run forever. But I've done that in the past, and the games just go off the rails. It adds a bunch of junk, but never gets fun. Wire the playable game loop. Oh wait, we're on the wrong one. Let's see if Santiago joined. He did not. Okay. Async multiplayer match backend. So I started the multiplayer, enforce match, and this was all from the original design that we did on stream. Enforce match turn order, add the async match client, so more multiplayer stuff, rank final standings, add multiplayer hub handoff, bowl your async match frame and browser, post completed async match, native share handoff, that's the thing we just did to share the link, validate serverless payloads with Zod. So it's like, it said something to me. I actually checked in on it, and it was like, we did everything in this slice or whatever. But we didn't do Zod like Spiral recommended, because we already have back end or front end checks. I forget what it was saying was okay, and I was like, no, add Zod too. So it's like, it might be overkill for this app, but it's just a good practice to have types and schemas on the back end, so it expects like a leaderboard endpoint to be called with this object type, or this with a string and an integer, whatever, right? It validates the incoming data. Fix the lane edge rail that launched the ball and blocked the gutters. Yeah, it had a lot of problems with the ball return rail. So you could see it looks like two gutters almost. So it still hasn't really gotten that right. Hides. Are we on the wrong one? Okay. Step the bowler literally. Fix step the bowler laterally when the lineup slider moves. So I was trying to get that arrow better. It's still not right. So you can start to see some of the issues that still exist started happening just one day in, and I haven't fixed them yet. They started taking more and more time of just trying different things. Fix HUD layout on phones and clipped power meter. Yeah, I did catch that. Told to fix it. Model the pins as duck pins, because they were just those regular cylinders like we still have on the other lanes. Reduce in-game HUD text and add a red-green throw light. So it's first attempt at the red-green. So if you ever been to Pins Mechanical or one of those places, it actually has an indicator of when you can throw and when it's resetting. And it put it here at first, and then later it put it in here, but it put it at the wrong Z, and then I was iterating on it, but it definitely needed my direction to get that into the final state that you see now. Add an optional ball cam. So I added that 3 days ago, and I didn't even know it existed. I totally forgot about it. Add a visible metal ball return and light up the pickup area because it was so dark. All right, and here's the last 2 days of work. Add pin table centering cones and seat into cone reset. That's okay. Yeah, so that's at the end of the lane. So it's actually pulling the pins up into something. These things, they look like light lampshades or something because they were just strings before. So I think that added a bit more to the look and the feel of the reset. All right, restyle the ball return as a curved chrome tubular track. So again, I'm churning on that, trying to get the right track, giving it images of Pins Mechanical's actual layout. Mount the ghost up signal on the back. So that was the first time I tried to do it like a clock, but it was like embedded. I think this is what I was mentioning earlier. I'll just show you guys so you can see. It's really cool that I can go back to these. I don't think these previews will last forever. See, it's like a red line back there, and then it will turn green. It also was doing the timing wrong, so it was matching to the player picking up the ball. That's not what it does. It goes green as soon as the pins are set. It has nothing to do with the player, which obvious, right? Like if you're playing bowling, you know that, but when you're building a game and Claude's not thinking real world, it's just like, okay, the player needs to do these steps, so we'll put it green when they're done with those steps. And it's just like, didn't quite understand the reason for the light, if that makes sense. Turn the ball up the track, fix the deck lip that launched the ball around second row of pins. I kept seeing this. So one time it said it fixed it, and it said, oh, I put something on the physics. I think the Rapier does the physics. I forget which one does the physics. Maybe it's 3.js. But it said that it didn't have the right kind of like traction. That's not traction, but some physical parameter was set to 0, and it moved it to 0.8 or something, and that prevented it from rolling up the pin. So like the ball would hit it and it would roll up the pin. It would knock the pin over, but it would bounce in the air, basically is what it looked like. So it said it fixed it once, but then it kept doing it in a couple places, and then another time it was like, oh, it was something in the lane geometry. I don't know. I think it's mostly fixed. I feel like I still do see it every once in a while, though. Add a lineup aim guide on the lane bed. Brighten the venue. I don't know how that's different than what... Oh, we didn't actually have the line until later on. You could still pick your horizontal, placement on the lane, but we didn't have the actual lane or the line up, the aim line. Brighten the venue and add neighboring lanes with bowlers. Didn't actually add bowlers. Keep the throw. I was thinking about adding like robot players, make this like a robot world. Keep the throw light green while the ball's in flight. Raise the ball return into a hand height rail cradle. So again, churning on the stupid rail or ball holder. Add a first person hand holding the ball. This was really bad. I was just throwing stuff at the wall because this was like so wrong. So I made this made that a little better. So put that stupid hand there. So that actually existed for a bit until I told it to remove it. Remove the hand here. Move the ball return to the channel in between lanes divider. Rebuild ball return. So I just kept working on the ball return. Loosen tether slack so a struck pin stays fallen. This was me messing with the string reset or whatever, the physics of how they're sitting there, because the string was too tight or something. So I actually saw a pin do this and stand back up. So I don't think the physics are perfect, but we just played a full game and I wasn't paying that close attention, but you let me know if you saw any pins do that. I think that's pretty much fixed. Add the steel and mesh masking unit above the pins. Rebuild ball return as 2 arched rail bars. So it just started from scratch, basically. Real reset pins up behind the masking board. So you used to be able to see the full pins, and then I looked at Pins Mechanical and I realized you can only really see the bottoms. Add steel and mesh props and signage to dress the venue. Leave pin bottoms visible, because it actually totally hid them. So that was it. I actually did just do a PR. I wonder if this is sorted weird. Least recently updated. So the one I just merged was actually this one. I did two. Basically, I was on Friday. I set up remote control. So in Claude, you can do. I think I showed this to you guys, but basically you can do / remote control. It always does that. / remote down control. And now it says remote control active. So when I use the app on my phone, I'll see this session. As long as I keep my laptop open, it will actually run things on my computer, which helps, like I said, if I want to like have it test in the browser or something. I can't see the browser, but it can. And so I was doing most of the stuff there. It still was doing PRs. I said earlier that it was doing PRs because I was on my phone. That's not actually true for most PRs. It was doing it because Spiral told it to do it. And I was looping, and in the Randroid loop, you have an option. Do you want to do everything on main, or do you want to do PRs? And the only reason I do PRs when I'm doing solo work, because otherwise you could just do, trunk-based development. But the reason I do PRs is because I finally paid for CodeRabbit so that I would get some secondary code review and code quality checks and build checks, and the preview was actually probably the biggest reason. The Vercel preview, so as you just saw, every one of those PRs had a preview button where I can go try out the change, which is, it's worth the $20 a month or whatever it is just for that. But there was one where I was already working on something, so I had another session on my phone that did use Claude AI / code, the cloud stuff. And so that ended up creating a PR that didn't get merged or whatever until I went and looked at it, and it had conflicts. So I just resolved that. I actually used Codex to resolve it. And then I showed you guys how it worked out. So I wanted to show that to you. I know we didn't actually get to much of these features on the stream the other day, but I wanted to show you the history there of the PRs. What was it, 58 PRs? A bit of churn. And if I were to keep going, the feature-wise, like I said, I can't really think of what else I would do with that game. Maybe you guys have ideas. Whereas Hoops, I went back to that after months, partly because I just had learned a lot, or not even so much learned a lot as had Claude figure out what the best stack would be. And so I redid the graphics in this one, and it sucks from desktop. These controls are totally meant for mobile, but it's really addicting on mobile. I know I showed this on Friday, but I really like it because I was able to add 3 different modes. This one, it actually will move back if you get it, or move closer if you miss, and then if you miss too many times in a row, you lose. Now I'm hitting them. I was actually trying to lose. Oh my god. And so it just goes forever as long as you don't miss too many shots in a row, essentially. So that was ended kind of quick there, but essentially I missed too many shots in a row. So that one's fun now. And then Endless it's called Endless, but I guess this one's actually only endless if you keep making your shots. So the idea here is I got a limited amount of time, but if I make a shot, which I'm freaking struggling with at the moment. Oh my god, I didn't even make a single shot. Alright, with keyboard or with mouse, I'm gonna have to actually wait. There we go. So that added 6 seconds, right? So I had 3 different modes. I could probably think up a couple more. I guess I didn't show you guys the default mode, actually. I'm not going to be able to do it on desktop, but if you make enough shots, you actually go to a second phase where it doesn't really make sense, but the hoop will move. Let's see if I can do it. But yeah, check this one out. It's hoops-kappa.vercel.app. I think this one's fun. Oh shit, I forgot. You can actually run out of time on this one. It's not endless. So I'm not going to make enough shots before I run out. Let me concentrate here. Ooh, too high. I still got it. Kind of looks like it glitched to the net. Did you guys see that? Actually, I put work into the physics of the net a couple times. But it looks like there's still an issue with it. There's actually one really dumb issue with the net where using some kind of mesh physics where by default the ball or the net is actually kind of floating, or it's like it's hung up on the rim, like gravity didn't push it down or whatever. And so the fix that I actually ended up doing after trying a couple different things with Claude is I said at the start of every game or before, like during load, I want you to drop a ball through the hoop, because once you drop a ball on it, it ends up resetting it. It looks fine. And so I said, it's such a hack, and you can't see it, so I must do it before it renders or whatever, but that was enough to get it to settle. I think that hack is still in there. I aimed higher and I went above the green. See what I'm talking about is addicting. Like it's terrible on non-touch screen, but it's still addicting. Anyways, whatever. Trust me, I can get to the second mode on my phone. But not only did I add those modes, I added skins and I put people's faces on them, and I added this ticketing system. It's all free, and this quartz. Do I have enough tickets? Let's buy something. So if I'll buy this, I really want this one, but I don't know if I have enough tickets for it. We'll do the glow floor. Oh, I guess I can preview it. That's cool. I actually kind of like this one. It's a classic. Do I have any points left? What's a good backward? Don't have enough. This guy. It's like so basic, but I'm kind of going back to basics, you know? I just want to make fun stuff. Oh, now I'm in endless mode. I'm going to make everything. That's crazy. The ball catches fire after a while. Still need to fix that trail. It's supposed to be fire. So you can see the net's on fire, rim's on fire. It's kind of cheesy, but okay. I could play this all day, literally, right? But yeah, check it out. I've actually got a couple players. Yeah, mostly me and Santiago, but a couple other people. The reason I brought it up again, I don't remember. What was I trying to tell you? Yeah, I don't think this one's going to go much further. I'm not going to add a store or anything, I don't think. Put people's faces on the balls, maybe. But yeah, I'll probably just take another crack at fixing the obvious stuff that I called out in the stream, which I didn't write down. So if you are an Ultra fan, please make a comment with all those bugs that I mentioned. Be a bot and transcribe this like it's meeting notes. I'm just kidding. Okay, so that was not gonna make it. That's fine. I could try one more person. Let me see. I do have to go, but I really wanted to give it a shot. There's a couple things I've been wanting to do on stream. It's unrelated stuff too, but I won't even get into it right now. The one thing I did want to try to actually do for this game, since I got it open, is let's add a new game mode called Editor to the main menu. It should open up the court, and court should open up the main level like normal, except now I should be able to free roam to position and angle the camera however I want. This is a development mode that we will build level editor features into over time. So one thing like I said, I was thinking about creating level editor, mesh editor almost. While that's working, I could have AI do it. Maybe I'll use my browser AI idea to look up is there an LLM/Gen AI 3D model editor, meaning one that lets me visually inspect and maybe circle parts of a 3D model and tell Claude/Codex what to change about it, preferably in real time. Can you picture what I'm trying to say here? Like an actual editor where you don't have the artistic skills of Blender, but you can open up a model just like you would in Blender, and instead of grabbing the vertices and stretching the planes and whatever, you could maybe select vertices and stuff and then go, I want you to make this concave, or I want you to make this more like the face of a basketball, or I don't know, but like I have this in my head that we could do a bit of a verification successful, waiting for mirrors. This looks shady. Oh, it's already downloading. Oops. I think I have the CLI installed. Let me read the central files. Main, world, 3ds, index, HTML. There it is. Nope. I've got no friends or family that will play my games with me. Nobody wants my AI slop. Monday, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Not a good time to stream, apparently. Alright, since I already have an older version of Blender, I'm going to replace that. Ouch, this Jones soda almost knocked my tooth out. Open it, open it, open it, open it. So one thing I want to do is, I've been working on, speaking of 3D models, I've been working on Vibracer a little bit. So if you haven't seen Vibracer in a while, Vibracer, why does that sound weird? Vibracer. I've git fetch, git pull, oops, git pull. I know, I need to alias those. Refresh. Let me just show you Vibracer. Vibe-racer-3.versale.app. So I've been experimenting with Destruction Derby. I guess if you haven't seen the Derby mode, it's got one arena. You can you can click between 4 different new vehicles, like sedan or race cars like the one in the game, the normal mode. But the camera sucks, the speed's not great, but I was trying destruction. So in order to get destructive models, I ended up having Claude, using Blender from the CLI, make the doors and stuff on these basic vehicles so that they could fly off, and then they just float around, which is trash, and I need to figure that out. But it's all glitchy, and they clip through each other and whatnot, and so I'm like, just not satisfied, and it killed my Claude tokens 1 week when I was working on it. So I kind of took a step back and created this arena, created a new model, and I added this little compass thing here where I can see all the different views, and I was like, let me go back to basics. Okay, so if I hit, you can see the damage. I don't know why it morphed like that, but it kind of shows damage now, I guess, and then it comes off and it's all burnt. But then the interior just didn't look right, empty. So I was like, I don't know, fill it with some blocks or something, but that's pretty crappy. I don't think you can knock the trunk off anymore because it was just leaving a huge gaping hole. Same thing with the windows, they just blacken, which I had a good idea. That should actually just shatter glass. So, but here's the other door. So I was working on this briefly, barely. Brace up. I think it was a PR. Yeah, so for my phone, so there's a PR for it. And I was like, go figure out the real interior if you can. And it looked for models. It tried to build its own. It did a bunch of stuff, and it couldn't get it. So here's what it did. This is like one of the later attempts, and it still sucks. So it's like, to me, that looks like the wheel, and it found a real model for the wheel, but not the chair or anything. But it looks like it's mounted backward. It's actually kind of floating. And then this might be the seat. It's either the seat or the dash. I can't knock that off. But it looks, I think it's the seats. And then there's this, it was a black box, and I kept telling it, the black box is still there, the black box is still there. And so it just turned it gray. So I think it's got the world geometry, or the local geometry backwards. That's part of it. I did the repair and the door still fell off. You can blow it up. Take the wheel. You can actually drive. Blow it up again. And then you can't drive. Anyways, and so still, it's a mess. And so this is why I was thinking, like, I need a better way. So maybe building a tool for that is in the future. Let's see what Dia said. There's active research and a few partial tools, but not yet a polished Photoshop for 3D with Claude that lets you freely orbit a production-ready 3D model, lasso an area, and talk to an LLM that live edits underlying mesh in real time. What exists today for 3D specifically? Most AI plus 3D tools fall into 3 buckets: prompt, 3D model generator. So Meshy, I think, is the one I tried. It's pretty cool. If you guys haven't seen that, I do recommend it. I think did I buy a subscription? I hope not. But yeah, you can make these things with prompts. So it's like, 2D art, but now 3D. Does this not look like something you would build, Santiago? Pumpkin heads? I'm pretty sure you did that for Brain Bludgeoner. Can't speak. I'm gonna pull it up. I like how I randomly keep remembering this game and wanting to go back to it. First image I clicked on. Look at this. Pumpkin guy. But he's like a vine. It's like a vine body. Yeah, we're going to have to make that game someday. He did so much cool art for it. So yeah, these are 3D models. As far as I know, they're rigged and stuff too, or they can be rigged. I don't know. I know people use it for, I think people use it for slicing and then printing, 3D printing. Not totally sure. Animation library. Meshy's animation library offers 500 plus game-ready motions. So this seems pretty legit, but I don't really want to pay for it. Wish there was a free thing. I mean, if it fully solved my needs, then maybe. Okay, so here's an example. You can paint in a spot of the model and then say retexture it. She'd be angry Tiffany eyes, and then it added eyes. Free retry. You could do a lasso erase. So maybe this is it. Maybe this is what I'm looking for. Asset management, browse, preview, and manage your generated assets in one place. Can I put any model? I'm curious if I can just like load any model in this. Maybe I'll revisit this. Maybe this is the answer. They definitely have money and they could build they could build what I'm talking about. If it's a valid idea, I don't even know. I'll have to try it out. I have a gift. Workspace. Generate a model. Did I make this? This example. Yeah, 422. I made this. It's like a toy robot. I remember years ago I paid somebody on Fiverr to make me a robot model. Speaking of old files in Drive, what did I call that robot? It was Rusted Robot was the name of the game. I think you can still see the Unity videos on my channel. Quality assets. So here was the banner for the YouTube videos. This guy, I paid somebody for this. It was supposed to be all rigged and stuff, but I never could get it animated properly. I don't even know what this one was. I don't think I paid for that one. So maybe I'll bring back Rusted Robot. No, I definitely want to do something with robots. Robots, time travel. We did do a time travel stream. Did start on that. All right, I want to download this, and then I have Blender open on the other screen, so I just need to go to it. Where's their tool? Online 3D viewer. What if I upload a .object? So if I go to dev, does Hoops have a 3D object? It's got it. Well, let's do the models. We're here. Let's do Vibracer. Vibracer, tools, test, source, data, hooks, components, game, lib, app. Maybe components? No, those are code components. Game, destructions, all TypeScript. Maybe it's under destruction, but that's probably just more TypeScript. App. All right, settings, free race, tour, model viewer. Funny enough, I have a model viewer in the game. So I've had this idea previously, apparently. I'm not actually, maybe it's under destruction. No, not seeing the models. Are they not embedded in the game? Hooks, data, components, game, lib. Of course it's not lib. App, settings, I doubt it. Destruction, we already looked at. Free race, tour, results, race, garage, model viewer, derby, arena, drag. Are they all in code now somehow? There's gotta be objects. Where are the damn objects? There's no way to embed an object as code, is there? API, derby. There's no way. Track, slug, music. I'm going crazy. Let's see. Claude. Where are the .obj files for the destructible vehicles? 1PR. Am I not using 4.8? Why does this not have my oh, I guess I didn't set up my, forgot what these are called. These little lines down here, context, PR. Oh, there it is. 4.81 million. Okay. There are no object files anywhere in the project. The destructible Derby vehicles use GLB files located in public model Derby. I didn't see a public folder. Did you guys see a public folder? Vibe Racer. Boom. Public. There's no public. Just hiding folders? What is going on? There it is. What? It's right there. What? Okay, you guys probably saw it. I mean, it's not like it just appeared now. I'm just blind. Okay, Derby, GLB. Why are... I guess there's only one car in the other modes. That makes sense. Let's pull up the Derby. I think race car is the one that I've been really working on, though it is in a different branch, the one that we looked at in the PR. Why is this stuck? Oh, because I said open. All right, so you can view your model here. Don't think that's textured right. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, probably don't have the skin. Cool. So you can view it here, but like, let's say I wanted to like edit it, you know? If I go make this less bloggy, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. What would I lasso and tell it to change? I guess the interior one. That's one that we need. Public models, Derby. Yeah, the texture's in another file. Car. Yeah, this one. So I can't like pull the door off or anything in this, but that would be cool if I could. Now let's try in Blender. Oops. Blender English, Blender Dark, Blender key map, mouse select left, spacebar to play, continue. 2D animation, sculpting, storyboarding, VFX, video editing. See, it's just like, it's just intimidating. I guess I'll just open a file. Let's see if that's intimidating. See if I can handle that. Claude. What? I don't remember. I think I downloaded it. I never did anything with it. That's Claude bot, by the way. Spelled with a W. Not developer. Dev. Where's dev? Oh, it's under documents on this computer for some reason. I don't know why I did it that way. Dev and all my games. Vibracer. Vibracer public models Derby, and you can't because it's looking for project files. I knew it. All right, I'm in a project. I'll just do a new 2D, new general. Don't save that block. Maybe there's always a block. Okay, fine. How do I import assets? New collection. Library override, view, file imports, import. Do you think people just will not know how to use GUIs in the future? Do people know how to use GUIs now? Gen Alpha or whatever the new generation is? Like mouse click menus and stuff, or are they all just used to tap touchscreen stuff? To be fair, do I really know how to use it? No, I'm just kidding. Vibe Racer again, public. It's getting tedious, isn't it? There we go. Car. I want to delete this block. Backspace didn't do it. Delete didn't do it. Right click, delete hierarchy. Not what I meant, but that actually kind of worked out. Cool. So, say I want to pull this door off. Oh, let's see how intuitive this is. I mean, I have experience with some 3D stuff back in my day, but I'm not an artist at all. And I don't think I'm gonna take the time to learn. I just don't think that's one of those skill sets I want to focus on, you know? Some people try to focus on the things they're bad at, but I actually learned you want to focus on the things you're good at, get even better at them. Sounds, I don't know if that sounds counterintuitive to you guys, but it definitely did to me when I first heard about that. Which is weird because I'm a bit of a generalist, I'm full stack and all that. But I know I'm not a music guy, I'm not a sound guy, despite wanting to, you know. I like the arts. Tool, select box, transform, origins, locations. Right click? No. I don't know how to drag, guys. The most basic thing. Okay, it's one of these tools. Cursor. Set the cursor location drag to transform. Okay. Ooh. What do you mean drag what? Transform. What does this do? Surface project transform. How do I transform it? Alright, let's try this one. This is what I'm talking about. Cool. So, I can manipulate stuff, right? But I'm assuming there's no AI in here. There probably is plugins, but there's a plugin system. Don't see it here. Render, layout, modeling, scripting. Where's my actual like help? Oh, there it is. Manual support, get involved, release notes. There's no search. Dang it. I was looking for, I want plugins. Plugin. Icons? Really? There's no plugins? Tools? Tools. Nope. Okay, let's actually read the sections. User interface, editors, scene and objects, modeling, sculpting, painting, grease, pencil, animation, rigging, physics, rendering, compositing, motion tracking, masking, video editing, asset files, data system, add-ons. Add-on is what I was looking for. Add-ons category listing, 3D view, import, export, node, rigging, system. What is system? Manage UI translations. We don't need that. Rigging, probably don't need node. Node Wrangler, what does Node Wrangler do? Node Wrangler provides various tools that help you to work with nodes quickly and efficiently. While many of this add-ons functions work in all supported node editors, compositor, shader, geometry nodes, texture nodes, some functions only work in specific node editors. Why would this be needed? Doesn't Blender supports nodes out of the box? What even is a node in Blender? So kind of second guessing myself as I'm typing. So this kind of looks like blueprints or entities. Node Wrangler. Blender absolutely supports nodes out of the box. Node Wrangler is just a big quality of life pack on top. What a node is in Blender. A node is a little processing block in a graph. So these are these are connected. Each node does one thing. It generates a texture, mix two colors, or do a math operation, displays geometry, composite two images, etc. Okay, so I could see doing that for animations. I could see doing that for compositing of some sort. Maybe texturing. The colored sockets on the left are inputs, on the right are outputs. Left, right. What does it mean by left and right in this case? I just see a chain of things. The colored sockets on the left. So these maybe mapping, image texture, principled. Not sure. Definitely has these connectors here. The final result goes into an output node, material output, world output, group output, composite. Different editors use nodes for different pipelines, but the concept is the same. Shader editor, material networks, geometry nodes, compositor. Is there an add-on for Claude or other LM AI tools? I don't know. 3D, VR scene inspection, import export, BioVision motion capture, VBX, Scalable vector graphics, SVG. UV layout. GLTF. Good luck, the fuck. 2.0. This add-on is enabled by default in case it is not. UV meaning UV map as in how it processes light or something. I forget. Blender doesn't ship with Claude specific integrations, but there are LLM add-ons in it and an official LLM bridge. Official Blender MCP LLM bridge. Blender now has an official MCP server add-on that lets external LLMs. Blender itself still has no built-in LLM, blah, 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 blah. MCP server will execute LLM generate code in Blender without any guards in place to protect your data from removal or being sent to a remote location. To keep your data safe, is recommended to use a virtual machine. Installation 5.1 add-on. So here's the add-on I was looking for. In order to interact with your Blender session, you need to install a specific add-on for the MCP server integration. Drag and drop into Blender or download. Let's try the drag and drop. It's an interesting idea. Hey! Oh, just popped up another screen over here. Did that? Was that already there? System, Apple M4, GPU. I can't tell. Did that actually do something? Window. How would I even know if it did something? Where would that go, do you think? Tool. We could keep reading. Please enable online access. Okay, so this was the enable online access. That's what's going on. Allow access. There we go. There we go. MCP servers. Oh, add repository. Check for updates and stuff. Require access token. Oh, is it done? So I added it. Oh, but that's just the repository. Did it actually install the thing? Scripting, geometry, non-compositing. Don't see it. Render. Third time's the charm. Do you want to install? Yeah, so I had to do the repository. I had to do permission, repository, and then MCP. 3 times, 3 drags. Okay, that time it said it was installed. Again, don't actually know what that added. Maybe a plus here. You know, it's MCP server, so you're gonna have to. Sometimes, like in JetBrains IDEs, they'll have an option to enable the MCP server, and then in Claude you'll connect to it as a client. So I'm assuming the same thing happens here. Not help, window, render, edit, file, external data, automatic pack, resource pack, pack, cleanup, defaults. Might need to restart Blender, or there's a setting I'm not seeing. Back to the article. MCP servers follow a well-defined standard and are compatible with a myriad of clients. Please follow the Llama CPP documentation or install LLM client of your preference. MCP server. There are different ways to install the MCP server depending on your LLM client capabilities. So yeah, they just install it straight up, and then it probably connects over some local port. Scene analysis. MCP can be used to programmatically analyze a scene for performance bottlenecks. Take, for instance, classroom demo file. Well, that's pretty cool. This scene is one of Blender benchmark files. What else can it do? Various prompts. Those are some of the other tested use cases. What are? I missed it. I see one example. Am I crazy? I guess this is another one too. No, it's the same thing though. How reliable are those results? Initial analysis returned by the LLM only consider the modifiers which influence the viewport. The coat1 object has a solidify modifier which doubles as polygon, making it an even more outlier. And although this scene had no simplify enabled, this setting would have also affected the final analysis. So it's basically saying it's shit. at doing that. That tool's bad. Various prompts. There are some. Oh, this is the example. There are some of the. Those are some of the other tested use cases. Makes no sense. Do you mean these are? You will need to paste the entire prompt, content of them to work. As a start point, you should use the corresponding demo file. The success of the operation will depend on the model used. Data block renaming fixed typos. Data block renaming better names. Querying data relations using natural language. Scene debugging. What is the object with the highest poly count? Geometry nodes documentation. With the current open Blender file, explain what the main geometry node setup is doing. Other prompts yet to be explored. Translate all data blocks from French to English. Oh, this was translated from French to English, wasn't it? My bad, sorry. My mesh is not being deformed by my armature. How can I fix that? Blender is running out of memory rendering the scene. I can optimize it. This mesh has strange shading artifacts. Find object. Data block renaming. Okay. New frames created. Yeah, so it's just like not gonna do it. I still want to find this tool. Unity plugin, Blender plugin. Ooh, there we go. I'm all about plugins today. Whoa. Didn't notice these logs. Did that download? Oh, there it is. Maybe you drag the zip. Was that what we did before? We dragged a zip. User repository, user default. Installed Meshy. So now I have that same problem where I don't actually know what it did. And there's no real like search anywhere. I'm going to quit and reopen. See any new menu options? Cube, tool, render, output, view layer, scene, world, surface, collection, cube, physics, constraints, data, material, scene, view layer, scripting, geometry nodes, compositing, rendering, animation, shading, texture paint, UV editing, sculpting, modeling, layout, help, window, render, edit, menu search. There is a menu search. All right. Meshy. Mesh. Mesh plane. Transfer mesh data. Okay. And what was the other one? Claude. LLM. Add-ons. Add-on. Add modifier. Add-ons. Oh. Splash screen about install application templates, system, reload scripts, debug menu, redraw, cleanup space, debug menu. External data we already looked at, defaults. There's no preferences. Window. Quick facts, bridge to Blender, one-click model transfer from Meshy AI web app to Blender via local HTTP bridge. Okay, so it's just meant to pull down models, I guess. Where's my models? my profile? I was there earlier, right? I was looking at game development, toy, documented 3D printing, education, VR, interior. What was that model view we were looking at earlier? API, no. Community, probably not. All tools. Online 3D viewer, okay. I already have models somewhere. Let me go back. 3D tools, home. There we go, this guy. So where's the Blender button? Download. Does that cost me money? Subscribe to unlock. So maybe I can't even do the Blender thing. Print. Unlock free retries. Texture. Remesh. DCC bridge. Send to Roblox. Send to Blender. And then it's going to say, you need to subscribe. 16 bucks a month if I do pro yearly, but it's cheaper if I do monthly. How does that make any sense? Oh, because it's 20 bucks after the first month. This is how they get you to do 1 month. I'm tempted, but not right now. What is studio? Oh, this is if you're a team. 4,000 monthly credits versus 1,000. 10 concurrent tasks, 20 concurrent, higher queue priority, faster generation, 8 retries. Maybe I'll try it out for a month, but I've been just freaking subscribing to so much crap lately, man. More assets faster. It's just $10 for your first month. Yeah, that's tempting, but okay, what would this actually do? It would just open it up in Blender. Like, I can can't download it right now, but if I paid for it, I could download it and just drop it in, so I'm not sure I need that. Let's see if we can. I don't even think I needed to install the MCP into the Blender desktop because open the car.glb in Blender for me. What about computer use? I haven't done computer use in a while. Claude desktop. Oops, Claude. Why did it open that? So just echo launched, Blender launched, but a heads up macOS open just hands the file path to Blender. Let me launch it properly so the car is imported into the scene. Yes, please. Okay, so it launched another instance. Maybe close the other one. Okay, so it can open model. I can open models. Okay, cool. And then what if I say pull the driver side door away from the car? So I don't think it's going to edit it in real time. Maybe now that we have the, I'm going to put this on another screen. Now that we have the MCP in the editor, supposedly, maybe it'll work. First, I need to understand the model structure. I identify which mesh is the driver side door. Let me inspect the geometry headlessly. So is it inspecting it using Blender MCP that we installed? Is it using Blender CLI, or I think it's just reading the file? So inspect glb.py. Where did that come from? Why did you open in PyCharm? I guess it is Python. Open in Warp. That's what I wanted. So where did this even come from? Did it write this? CD users, glb equals cat temp inspect. Yeah, I don't know where I got this from. World space BB box. Maybe it's in the agents MD that you can use this to inspect the files. Done. The driver's side door is pulled away from the door in Blender. How did these screens get combined again? Where the heck is it? Oh, did Blender get closed? Oh, it got closed and reopened. So I think it just did it in the GLB file. That's not the driver's side, dude. We just found out Claude is British, guys. We just found out Claude thinks the driver's on the right-hand side. Wow, Claude. Maybe, or Japanese, or, let's see. I'm American. Let's see what it does. See if it figures it out. That's hilarious. That's not the driver's side. Good news, you're already covered. In the US, the driver sits on the left. And that's exactly the door I pulled. Door L. I double checked. It's the geometric left too, not just the label. The car faces plus Y, headlights, hood there. And with plus Z up, that puts the left side at minus X. Door L sits at X equals minus 1.575. The true left side. So it's the correct driver's side door for an American. No changes needed. The door that torn off in Blender right now is the right one. Thanks for gaslighting me, I guess. It's the right one. You're right about that. You're right about that. It is the right one, but it is not the left one. So this could explain why it's having so much trouble with the interior. It's like the steering wheel being backwards and stuff. You sure about that? What's his name? Tim Robbins. You sure about that? I don't know why I have that in my head. You sure about that? It's a meme. How did this get in my head? What if I just send this to Claude? Or a GIF of it. That'd be hilarious. That message looks like an accident. Yeah, I did paste the wrong thing. I wanted to paste this. Let's see if it's smart enough to figure out the title of that video. Are you sure about that? Either way, again, I don't think it can edit things in real time. At least, maybe it needs to install the MCP. That's what I need to do. Tell it to install the MCP. Alright, so where's our browser? Is that also on the screen? Did that get closed somehow? Here we go. This doesn't really do anything though. I think there's a better MCP server. MCP server for Blender. Maybe this guy's. Last year, 5 months ago. 1 year ago. BlenderMCP.com. I think I saw this like a year ago. I don't know if it was this one or not, but it kind of blew my mind when I first saw it. So this is cool because this is kind of what I was talking about. Like you can actually edit in the editor where you can see. It's gonna take a shit ton of tokens though. FAQ. Blender 3.6 and newer. Okay. 3D web editor. Did this guy make the thing I was asking about? Open. Scenes. What is it looking for? Scenes or maybe import. Where was import? Add group, add mesh, add light. Open new import. There we go. Can I import the texture? Oh, there's no light. That's probably part of the problem. Ambient, maybe. Scene. Ambient light. Position. Intensity. Hey, and it's textured. So I don't know why the door is gray. It's probably already like that in the color map. Okay, and if I grab this, I can move it. See, this is like a super simple like Blender. And because it's web-based, I could probably have Claude use this. It's pretty cool. Then can I export it? Wireframe. Sick. Normals. Realistic. Solid. Export. And then I export the GLP. Yeah, could do something like that. DeepSeek integration, other MCP, FAQ, download. Oh, now you get back to me. Let's see. To solve that, game open, refresh. No, do not. Oh, I thought it was the second person I reached out to. It's the first person. Santiago. Yeah, so installation guide, important upgrading instructions. If you previously installed Blender MCP, you need to uninstall it first. Open Blender, go to edit preferences, add-ons. Edit. There's preferences. Hey yo, there it is. MCP from blender.org. Alright, so I'm going to delete this. Where's the delete button? Server is running. And then there's Meshy. I don't actually see it delete. Did you guys see it delete? Let's uncheck it. Huh. Stop. And no delete. Can delete Meshy? No. Enabled only. Refresh local. Weird I can't uninstall, but maybe it will let me have both. Randroid and Santi, bowl frame 1. Boom. Yeah. Oh, look at that bounce. What happened? Why was that bouncing? That was terrible. That's gutter ball. That spin's just off. You will see the score update here as player's bowl. Use refresh to check. Refresh. Oh, okay. I'm in. Dude, the graphics, all vibes. Yeah. Based on a real place, kinda. Needs, so couple things need fixing there. Ball cam is still on. It's probably not on for him. Yeah, glitching. We'll see what he says. I'm pretty sure he's going to bring up the glitching balls. Or how tough the game is. Or how bad the aiming is. But this is why we get feedback. Because then we can take real world feedback. It's a little chuggy on my phone, but I have a cheap phone, Moto G5 2024. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I will have to look into optimizing. Yeah, I gotta get some of those poly counts down. Maybe get rid of the other lanes. Add-ons. Find and disable interface Blender MCP by unchecking the box. Click the download arrow next to it, then click remove. Is there a download arrow? I know this is a different one, but I guess I could delete this file. Website. Oh, right click, assign shortcut, add to quick favorites. No delete though. Install the required dependencies using pip install. Problem is, what project? Let's install that globally. Were you able to take your turn? 3 frames. It's weird it doesn't have my score. View tutorials. Oh, do I have to use the API? That's annoying. Configure the MCP server. Only run one MCP server instance, not multiple instances. Installing the Blender plugin. Add-ons install from disk. Press N if not visible. Start the MCP server, Python server, using Blender MCP. Starting the connection in Blender, go to 3D view sidebar. Press N if not visible. Find the Blender MCP tab. Where even was this? Blender MCP under layout. Obviously it's a different one, but still I'm curious. Well, no, I closed it. Alright, let's just install it. We're here. Blender MCP reference add-on install down. Select the downloaded zip and activate. Oh, this one seems simpler. Download and install Blender MCP. Oh, is this the same one? Okay, no, it's a different one. Wait, this is the one we looked at before, 5 months ago. Full tutorial. I think I watched this a year ago. There's gotta be a better one. There's gotta be a newer one. Blender CLI. Using Blender from the command line. If you do this often, open terminal. If you open a new terminal, details. Okay. Arguments, render options, cycles, render options, format options, animation, playback options, window options, Python options, network options. Enable auto execute, enable automatic Python script execute, disable automatic Python script. Alright, I'm doing like 10 things, and I said I would get out of here early, and look at me, look at me, look at me. Still here. Let's wrap up. We started a lot, but let's wrap up. Where did we end up with the editor? Done. Editor mode is implemented. Committed on a clean editor mode branch. What I built. Want me to open a PR? Open the PR. Yeah, no score here. It's a bug. Oh, that's funny. Was that mine or his that it was showing? Might have been mine. I need to turn off that ball cam. not showing up here for some reason, but I did 2 frames. Alright, I'll need to fix that. Yeah, I think the CLI might be the way to go. I think that's actually kind of how I did it before. Here's the new PR. Oops. Good level editor. So that's the task progress log. Config development free roam editor camera, a fly camera. Editor camera. Main. So this should be the new menu object. Let's try it. Turn this. No. Yeah, it is off. Okay. Oh, no. I did it wrong. Editor. There we go. Click to look. WASD move. Does it have mobile controls? Ooh. Whoa, I fell. I fell to the map. How do I look? I keep trying to right click. Oh, I see. Click to move. Escape. Okay, cool. WASD. Okay, you can click, look, and you could use keyboard to move. Okay. Clipping through stuff. Ugh. Where am I? Is there a reset? Shift to boost, escape to release. Alright, we need a reset. Add a reset button that puts everything, puts the camera back to where it started. Also, make sure we have full mobile friendly. Oh my gosh, friendly alternative controls and instructions. Oh wow, it really is checking. Santiago sent over a screen capture. It's like 2 frames a second. And you can see the this glitch all in it, in all its glory, in that little warped return pipe. It's so slow. That was a good first roll. Was that 4? 3. Oh, it looked like 4. No, your screen is not glitching. It's just a laggy video. Not video. Like, he actually saw it at this frame rate. Video is accurate. I guess I could speed it up. 2x. That's gonna go straight in the middle. I did a lot of those shots when I played this for reals. It's easy to do. You'll see the score update here. Not true. Cool. Thank you, Santi. All right, that's fixing some stuff. I'm gonna close out Blender. We're done with that for today. We'll come back to that idea. But I think building in a editor. Okay, there's one more thing I want to do. I mean, I want to fix the dang glitchiness of those balls, but like I've told it to do it and it still doesn't. So, okay, now it's adding in touch. Yeah, I want better touch controls too. It doesn't really take advantage of swiping and stuff, like the hoops. It works on mobile, at least the regular game editor probably wasn't working. All right, type check clean. Now let me add a test covering the reset returns. Okay, I'm at 20% context. I heard the model 4.8 gets really bad. Not really bad, but I heard it drops off after like 25% or something now. But I don't know how true that is. But I do want to tell it to try to do one more thing. Let me start typing it. Actually, let's talk to it. Now, I want you to add the ability to select any distinct object, so like a pin or a ball to start, but preferably anything like the lights on the walls. And when I select it, I want you to give me the 3 arrows pointing at the different axes, and let me pull on those arrows to physically move the object in the direction that I pull on. And I want it to have that little rectangle, or sorry, the little square in the center of the 3 lines, so that I can click between 2 different facing axes and move diagonally. So a little bit in both directions. Does that make sense? And then when I let go, there should be a way to, after I move it, to let go. I want physics to take over. And so imagine a pin being pulled as if it was hit. The string should give way, and I should be able to pull it back. And when I let go, it should swing back. What is this stop hook I have installed? It's clearly not working. Oh, for my loop, for my infinite loop. This hook intercepts session exit and feeds the prompt back to create a self-sustaining loop with fresh context each iteration. But I'm not actually looping right now. That's interesting. So because I used the loop, because I used loop once in this project, it installed that hook. That's interesting and annoying. How did I never see this before? Maybe it doesn't run on mobile. Why is it permission denied? What is it trying to do? What's it trying to read? Actually said 2 stop hooks. Let's look at the other one. Claude plugin root scripts on stop sh and stop. I can't see that one though. I was tempted to make Codex fix it. Alright, Claude. Fix yourself. This is the level editor tooling itself, the F18 follow-up. It's a meaty feature, object picking and translate-gizmo. Gizmo, that's the word I was looking for, with the 3-axis arrows, plus the planar diagonal handles, drag to move, and a physic handoff on release, so a pinned object swings back on its string. Let me explore the code structure before designing so the physics coupling is right. Yeah, I feel like this one's going to take a bit, so I'm probably going to sign off here, but I will show it to you guys when I get a chance. But you can kind of imagine how this feature could turn into a vibe kit out of the box kind of feature, or at least a spec for one, so that on all my projects I could say, hey, go implement the in-game editor, and then I'll get ability to move stuff around. And I gotta think it through, because like, okay, cool, I moved it, but what, can I save that as the new layout? Can I start to manipulate objects, like pull the door off of cars in Vibracer, you know? So does it become a model editor at that point? Will I be able to start changing meshes and stuff? So things to think about. To build a level editor gizmo, raycast against a world scene.children. Use Three.js raycaster standard, not from add-ons. On selection, store the selected mesh and find its body. Pin meshes. Iterate pins.pins array and match.mesh. Requires exposing pins array or adding a getter. Ball mesh. Access ball mesh requires exposing or adding method queued balls. Iterate ball rack.mesh requires exposing. So it's going to explicitly find the pins and the balls. But I'm thinking like everything in the scene should be editable. But we'll start with those two. On drag start. Yeah, rapier does the physics. Each frame during drag, select body, set next kinematic translation, gizmo world position, set next kinematic rotation. The pins.sync, ball.sync, ball, rack.sync will copy to meshes automatically on release. Selected body, set body type, rapier, rigid body type, dynamic, true. So it goes to dynamic from kinetic position based. So that allows me to position it, and then it goes back into dynamic physics when I release. Pretty cool. Pin tethers will swing it back. Ball will fall under gravity. For non-physics message, rig, masking unit, etc., store references in World 3D when building, or add a method to enumerate all static meshes and disable raycasting on them. Yeah, this is why game editors are so complex, because the things you need to be able to edit the scene are different than just the ones to render and let physics do its job. I hadn't even honestly thought about it too deeply, but okay. This is the level editor gizmo. I'll use Three.js transform controls, translate mode, which provides exactly the UI you described. Cool. The 3-axis arrows plus the planar squares. See, this is just an example. I know it's a stupid one, but this is an example of, like, I've been around, I know you just saw me messing around in Blender horribly, honestly. But, you know, I move the door away from the car, right? Like, it's a really stupid, trivial thing, right? But if someone has never done that before, if I asked my mom to do that, right, she wouldn't be able to do it. She wouldn't understand whatever, right? So the point is, we have some experience in our heads, whether it be a random editor, UX, whatever, that ends up becoming important. Even though I don't know the name of the damn thing, I'm able to describe it to AI, and AI can figure out, oh yeah, that thing exists. Here you go, boom, you know. And I'm thinking about that a lot lately, because if I were new to software, new to technology in general, like kids, you know, like if everything is AI native, everything's AI first, they wouldn't have these moments necessarily where they're like, yeah, I can intuit how to do this thing because I've used something similar in the past or whatever. That's not fair to say. That's a very dumb take. I guess I'm trying to imagine 20 years from now, what experiences people are having coming up in this world, and how that's going to affect how they operate. So I'm leaning on past knowledge pre-AI, but if someone was only an AI, the knowledge would look completely different, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure about that one. I checked the geometry, not just the label. Front of the car is plus Y. This guy's still defending its mistake. If you want it to be read unambiguous, I can reposition it to slide straight. You have something seriously backwards. Look at this screenshot. Where do you think the front of the car is? Facing up / north. So we are viewing the left side of the car, and it still has the door attached. Scampering, almost done, thinking with high effort. You're a disappointment. 4.8. I guess I was on, what was I on, medium? High effort? I don't know. Alright, fixed the hook script. Stop. Hook sh had mode 644, no execute bit. So bin sh couldn't run it, producing the permission denied error. I ran gmod plus x. Yeah, that should be part of the setup, but I don't remember how I installed this skill. I think I had it installed via Claude plugin, and then I installed it later through Vercel. Maybe I did it manually through the local skill repo. I don't know. So Diego, I'm still waiting for that super cut of me saying one more thing, or I'm almost done, or oh yeah, this other thing. I forget how you said what I would say, but it was like a phrase that I would always say. But I'm clearly addicted because whoa. I just took a screenshot. Who did that? In that top-down render, front is up north. No, wrong. You just made a screenshot where it's literally backwards from what you said. The top-down render front is up north. The hood and headlights are at the top. The detached door is sitting off to the left west. Now apply your own frame. The driver sits facing the front, north. Their left hand points west, which is the left north up view. That's exactly the side door came off. So the detached, what tripped us both up is the perspective viewport in your screenshot. When you orbit around a car to the front, you are tripping, bro. The top down you just created has the back of the car at the top. My screenshot is exactly as I described. Why are you broke? I meant broken, but why are you broke? So nothing's backwards. Am I crazy? Okay, if I'm just like totally wrong and I'm being so stupid here and I'm just tired or something, tell me. But I feel like Claude is gaslighting me right now. Seriously. I don't have it open, do I? No. Where was I even looking at that? Oh, in Blender, right? I closed Blender. That's why I can't find it. It's not in the PR. What am I doing? This guy. Am I crazy? Okay, maybe I am crazy about this one. For some reason, for a second, I thought, oh, this is definitely the back. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I could see it being confusing either way. But I am still pretty sure this is the front. But I could see why you would get confused. So I think this is the windshield. Yeah, from this perspective, it's kind of hard to tell. They both have like these freaking nubs. I don't know what this cutout is here. I guess there's one here too. I mean, it's for tires, but that's a mirror, I'm thinking. But yeah, there's a wider gap here versus this. I don't know. I'd have to see it from the other perspectives. But maybe we can add some indicator of what's front, what's back. Markers are too small to see. Let me color the whole hood red. There you go. The red hood settles it. Let me also show the perspective view with the same color coding. All right. Maybe I was wrong about the top-down one, but I'm pretty sure I was right about this one. Where is it? I lost it. I lost it. This one? Am I crazy? Isn't this the front? And that's the back. Here we go. Okay. So he said hood was red, right? Top down, red hood is the top. Okay, so I was wrong. Oh, shit. Blue trunk is at the bottom. So, and that bird's eye view, the front door is at the top, not the back. Here's a reconciliation with your screenshot. And I think this is the actual snag. In your view, you're looking at the flank that still has its door, and you're calling it that, the left driver's side. But the near flank is the passenger. Maybe I'm just confused about what's the trunk. Color the trunk and hood the same way for the actual texture, and I will, and okay, and then load it in Blender. Yeah, I must be out of it today, because how many times did I look at that? Am I crazy? How is that the front? That's the mirror, right? So if that was the front, your mirror would not be there. I'm not crazy, right? It's gaslighting me, right? Okay, but here, if this is the mirror, then this would be the front. It's the same problem. Yeah, isn't this the mirror? Isn't this? Let's point an arrow. Isn't this the mirror? So wouldn't blue be the front? And then here's what it loaded in. Yeah, blue's the front. This thing is okay. Okay, blue is the front. Blue is 1000% the front. It's gaslighting me. Why do I know that though? Like, why couldn't that be the hood? Like, it's the mirrors, right? It's the mirrors. The mirrors give it away. It freaking made the front blue and called it the trunk. Like, I'm pretty sure those are labeled in the model, right? Actually, I don't know how that works. Hold on. Your instinct that something's off is right, and I think I finally see why. Let me check the wheels, because the inspection data has a red flag I glossed over. The meshes named front wheels and axles sit at one end, but the hood and headlights sit at the opposite end. That's contradictory, and it would explain the whole mess. Let me color everything by name and look at the actual shape. Okay, so this is just something wrong with the model then. But that dude had me convinced for a second. That's hilarious, Claude. All right, and that will probably help some of my problems with the interior, but I imagine there's bigger problems. It's not just that. But yeah, to remind you guys, the problem I'm having with the interior, I have this PR open. You can go look at the left driver's side. Is it driving backwards? You know what? I can't actually tell. North. So if that's, see, now I can't even trust if that's north or south, or like I can't even trust that's the front or back. No, that's the mirror. Okay, so this is the right door. This is the left door. The mirror kind of disappeared. Wait, now I'm really tripping out because the door's gone. Or the mirror like kind of blends in. You see that? Yeah. So that was the driver door because the mirror was here, and the steering wheel is just straight up backwards. So yeah, it's confused. He's probably right. The wheels are labeled wrong, and because of this perspective, I can't actually see. No, that's driving straight. Yeah, that makes sense. You just colored everything. Look at the silhouette and profile PNG. Front, back, by shape is unambiguous. The red hood end has a long, low panel with a raked windshield sloping up to the roof. That's the front end. The blue trunk end is short and upright. Wait, now I'm confused. This is the old one or the new one? This one, right? So what was this? Which one was this thing as the front? I'm confused. The green front wheels are sitting at the blue rear end. This is not the rear end. Why does it? Why would that? Why does that? Why does it think that's a rear end? To me, this is more front end. Is it just, are these just opposites? I don't know. I think it's wrong. I don't know if I agree. Maybe try looking at the race car model. Something's backward, you kept sensing, and it's a genuine bug in the asset. The wheels and axles are named backwards in that profile. Cut the mesh is named front wheels green and the rear wheels orange. The green front wheels are sitting at the blue rear end. No, it's not. So it thinks they're backwards, but they're not. Green is front. Stupid. The model authors swapped the wheel and axle names physically at the back. No, you're just wrong. Green is front. The model author swapped the wheel and axis names wrong. That mismatch is exactly what made me my earlier inspection look self-contradictory, and it's probably what your eye was catching when you said I had it backwards. To your mirror question, a top-down view looking straight down does not flip front and back. Only the body shape decides that. And the shape says red is front. The mirror. Are you stupid? The mirror confusion only affects left, right, and perspective, which is slow. You're just fucking stupid. You obviously know nothing about how cars work. The mirror has to be where the driver can see it. If that position was the back of the car, then the driver wouldn't be able to look in the fucking mirror. Sorry. What is effort set to? Can't do it right now. Set to high. Maybe that's not good enough. Maybe this model regressed when it comes to 3D objects. Nice. PR84. Well, I was going to leave hours ago, but getting my second wind. There we go. Free roam. Development mode. Editor. Look, drag anywhere on the lane. Move. The pad below, or WASD. Oh, cool. Up, down. What is this random bar? I want to get rid of that. Ooh, I can. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Is that working? Nice. Look at that. And then the square. Woohoo! What's that line do? Uh-oh. I need Control Z. Wait, is it working? No. Was that a wall? Ooh, it is a wall. Sick. It did do everything. All right, let's try a pin. Wait, escape. Reset view. Okay, how do I zoom in? Wait, no, that's browser zoom. That's not right. I need to walk forward. need to move it. Ooh. Select pin 1, drag an arrow or center square, release to drop. Cool. Where should I throw it? So oh, I can knock stuff over. Shoot. Though I need to angle the camera. So if I click, can I do that? No. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now if I go in here, I grab this guy, I can see other parts of the square. Well, that was weird. Click and drag. I think we need a rotate button. Oh, there we go. So there's a green. Can't actually hit the green when it's positioned like this. Let's see. Yeah, I can't hit green at all. Red. Blue. Is the string actually attached? Ooh. Oh, because I went off screen. So there's no physics in the bars. So this makes me think, are these actually, when you hit it just right, are they clipping over here? Probably should have some kind of physics there to bounce off of. Reset. Selected object. Arrow or center square, release to drop. Okay, let me try the arrow. No. Oh my gosh, there is people here. That's so scary. Oh my god. I didn't even see it. There are people here. Oh my gosh, that scared the crap out of me. Okay, so I did add people. They're not robots. I wanted a robot. I guess they kind of look like robots. Oh my gosh, is that why there's a ball? No, it can't be. So I need to figure out what's wrong with these. I think it's probably the physics, right? Oh no, it's actually rolling on here, so it's not totally messed up. Though they just glitched. The thing is, it doesn't have the oh, okay. So it doesn't have the physics. Like, I can't like throw anything with the editor, which, I mean, it's an editor. You wouldn't really expect to be able to do that, I guess. Okay, I don't know why that clipped through the ground. Oh, I guess because you would never drop the ball there normally. Also need a reset all objects button. Could always just go back or refresh. So reset. I need a Control Z. We'll do that as a follow-up. Okay, cool. I'm gonna merge that. That's beautiful. Beautiful. That's beautiful. I clicked it, right? So it's probably this one. Yeah. That's what happened. Oh, Code Rabbit's not happy. Clear pointer state when leaving editor screen. When the user leaves the editor screen, e.g. via keyboard action of the exit button. Look point ID is not reset. If a pointer shine consider progress. Look point ID remains set. Good catch, Code Rabbit. You earned your $20. Couple honest notes when you try. Any visible mesh is selectable, means structural surfaces, lane, bed, walls are selectable too. Positioned objects, pin balls, most props move cleanly. A prop whose geometry is baked in world space could jump its origin to the cursor. This delivers the translate tool, rotate scale modes, cleaner static, prop handling, and saving, exporting, and edited layout remain tracked. Cool. Saving and exporting, so it is thinking about that stuff. Oh man, they added this like copy whatever you highlight in Claude, I think. It could be Word, I think it's Claude. And then I end up with all this crap on my clipboard. It's so annoying. What was I doing? I forgot. Like, I copied something to give to Claude. What was it? Oh, it was the Code Rabbit reply. This one. Address your Code Rabbit reviewer, please. Let's see what this guy's gaslighting me about next. That's fixed. Closing that. This one fixed. Blender is now open with. You're right. And let me clear up the dumb word first. When I said mirror, I meant a left-right reflection in the rendered image, not a side mirror on the car. That was a confusing thing to say, and it doesn't matter because the underlying point I was using it for was wrong anyway. This substance, I mean, like the dumber Claude gets, the more ridiculous I'm going to make the voice. Okay, it fixed it. It literally got it right now. Green whale. Since the green wheels are on the front, I had the front and back of the car flipped. This whole time, I trusted the meshes named hood and headlight, and those are the mislabeled ones in this asset. The wheels were correct. The race car made it obvious. Nose and front wheels are both at the green. Here's what the flip actually changes. It's the important part. Front. The American driver faces that way. So I took off the wrong door. You were correct from the very first pushback. Let me fix it now. Restore door L. Fix Blender is now okay. One thing worth flagging while we're here: the asset is genuinely mislabeled. I can't even take you at your word anymore, Claude. The mesh is named hood, headlight, engine block, trunk, taillight are at the rear. Okay, taillight at the rear makes sense. Engine block does not. Trunk does. While the correctly placed wheel, front, axle, front are at the front. The doors are also named opposite to their side. If any game code keys off those, I have a hard time believing you. Put the door back and fix all of the labeling, but you better be right this time. I don't want to hear that you moved the engine to the trunk or something stupid like that. Cool. I fixed it. Done. I don't have to tell Code Rabbit because I think Code Rabbit looks at the commits. Let's go confirm that. Oh, but that was that an old comment? Ew. Limit reached. I'm paying you. You couldn't start this review. You've reached your PR rate limit. More reviews will be available in 1 minute. Oh, okay. 1 minute. Yeah, here it is. So it saw that it was fixed in this commit. Cool. Wait, is there another one? Oops. Diff in the comments. Oh, outside diff comments. In index HTML around this line, the HUD container elements, VP editor panel, VP editor are intercepting pointer events and blocking canvas gestures. Set pointer events none on these container classes to make them click through and then re-enable pointer interaction for the actual controls inside. Keep or add pointer events auto on VP toggle. Around line blah blah. Tests are missing an observable motion integration test for the editor. Around line blah blah. The editor key down handler currently always records held keys. Yeah, one thing I want to do at some point is like actually refactor this project. So like go through the code with Claude and by myself and be like, okay, the game's fun, the game's functional, but how garbage is this code? Like I want to actually see. It's like, I mean, I'll clean up some of it as I find I'm having troubles with it, like I'm doing here with Vibracer and the model mislabeling and stuff. But for the most part, I'll have CodeRabbit check it, I'll have it check itself, but I'm not actually going to go in and be like, this is badly architected. If there's not like a problem, like if it actually functions fully, then I'm not going to get picky about the code. But before I extract things to use on other projects in the future, I do want those things to be well cleaned and refactored. All right, let me turn on remote control on this one too. And then, so that's VibeRacer and 5 pins. Was there any other? Might as well just open one for VibeKit while I'm here. And I've actually been doing work, barely, but I've been doing a little bit of work on Fracking Asteroids. I want to get back to that. That was like one of the first games where I'm like, this could actually be fun. I'm already on a branch. What's in this branch? Nothing. Get checkouts main. Fetch and get pull. Cool. Claude. Fracking Asteroids. So this is the intro. It now mostly functions, or maybe it has invincible guys again. Yeah, it looks like it does. What if I click? Okay, so yeah, that's still broke, at least on desktop. But I'll skip that. So I added recently, and this works on mobile differently. It's actually a dual stick. So the right stick is the gun, or the aiming of the gun. I think we need some kind of lock on here. So I put this little, I always forget the controls. Okay, so space, the controls for sucking up on desktop. So it's got auto fire on by default. I don't like that. For enemies, at least it's on. Or maybe I was holding it. Was I holding it? I don't know. Yeah, but so this line, this aiming, and then the circle, when it actually hits something, only shows up when you swipe on the right side of the screen. And left side moves you on mobile, but on desktop, I'm realizing it's always there, and that's kind of ugly. And all these pieces are from the intro, I think. Or not the intro. Yeah, the intro. So these should not be here. Like all these blasted asteroids should not have been retained from the intro. What else do I have that I shouldn't have? Sell all that. Could buy the laser again. And I don't know how to change it. Oh, there we go, this laser. Yeah, and then I haven't figured out the gameplay at all. But Santiago is actually, he forked it, and he has been putting his artistry into it, and it's freaking sick. It kind of inspired me to do the dual stick. But his, so like, let's compare. Here's my starting, pretty basic, versus his start screen. And he's got better music and stuff too. He's got like real music, not just generated crap like me. Press enter, click tap to begin. This gives me Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy vibes. He called his Fracken Fracker. Frack, scrap, and upgrade. Blast, collect, scrap, upgrade. It's a new game. He's got leaderboards in here now. Credits. See real music from this guy. Robo voice generator. That was one thing that he added that was pretty sick on the intro. Already, like, looks so sick. But he's got the same kind of like aim. I guess it is. It's always on there as well. So this is the intro where you're OP, and you know it's got the laser. It's got like multi-shot. It's got really quick mining. I don't know what the hell that was. Some kind of bomb. What the heck? That's freaking sick, dude. Dude. So I have the rebooting, but I don't have the voice. I just have the text. So like I did an early crappy version of the boss, whatever, and then he just took it to a next level. All right, and then look at this ship. It's like a fuselage or whatever, and then it collect the scrap. It auto collects too. You don't have to press anything. Head to trade station. Follow the arrow. Sell all. And then he's got different upgrades, fire rate boost. I guess I'll buy that. And then he said, I haven't played it this far before yet, but he said the hits are more realistic. Like you can upgrade your hull to take more hits, but it's supposed to be one shot and you're dead. Obviously in the tutorial that wasn't the case. Yeah, one shot and you're dead. Oh, and that explosion is so satisfying. So that's my high score of 26. I'm not exactly sure how mining plays into high score. Arbiters destroyed 0. Peak ledger. Maybe that's... was that how much stuff I had in my hull, or how much I sold, or how much coins I had? Time survived. Asset disabled. Recovery deferred. The arbiter. Submit that. What do you guys think? Could we make this into like a real game? I gotta find first. So I think he's done a lot of the polish. I gotta find the fun in mine. I don't think mining is fun, but I want it to be an economic game. I actually, you know what I want it to be? I want it to be a road trip game. Meaning you're trying to get home and you're gonna upgrade along the way to go do farther and farther jumps. And you have to buy fuel or something, and you can only, I guess, a galaxy map maybe I need to introduce a galaxy map. But his definitely has a game loop, right? Because now it's what do you call it? It's a roguelite, a roguelike, where you're trying to, ledger unlisted. So basically that's my rank as a miner, maybe that's what that is, if I had to guess. And then it's like there's real stakes dodging those guys because it's one shot and you're dead, right? So you actually feel something trying to run away. I like that. Now I'm flagged for the ledger. Oh, that came out of nowhere. That's unfair. But yeah, it's 70 now. But it says arbiters destroyed. That must be like a bigger boss or something. Do I keep my credits? That's the question. Or you lose. Okay, you probably lose whatever you had on you. But I always start with the same cash, which is interesting. Is it actually... It looks like it's boosting my... Is that a glitch? Is it boosting my power or my fire rate every time I get a free 10 credits? Or maybe that's by design. Maybe he wants you to get 10 to start. But yeah, let me sell this stuff before I die. Let me buy something else. I'll leave that. Heat seek spread missile option, orbital duplicate primary weapon, tri-bolt. A lot of cool stuff. Ripple beam. And then mobility and whole life force shield, so +1, so I can get shot twice. Whole module, 1 bolt on a whole piece, scoop cargo pods, swept wings, absorbs 1 hit. So each of these will absorb 1 hit. So if I get this one, 1 internal armor charge, last layer before smart bomb. Oh, smart bomb is a cool idea he was telling me about. When you die, you blow up enemies and you get points for that. So my question is, do I keep those upgrades? All right, the fire rate does look like it kept whatever it had before. The whole stuff, we'll have to get shot to figure out that. I was gonna say the music changed, huh? So there's a guy here. Nice. And then I think I picked up, was it cargo or scrap when you kill people? I forget what I set it to. 21 carbon, platinum, no exotics. Fire rate boost, heat seeking, spread missile. I want a different weapon. Let's try that. Question is, can I swap weapons or am I just stuck with the last one I bought? Because I think I always had trouble figuring out what the controls were for. Defensive layers. That hit didn't kill you because a charge absorbed it in this ship. Any unabsorbed hit is fatal. Shield, energy bubble flashes, whole module, visible piece tears off, armor, internal plating, smart bomb, last resort, clears nearby threats. Spent charges stay spent, buy them back at the trade station. Oh. What was that black hole? What? I skipped through that too fast. I don't even think I clicked anything. I don't know why it skipped. Data saved. Hopefully save's working. I know I had a save bug in mine. So it looks like it just has 2 weapons now. That's the, I see that. Oh, and it got him. The missile got him. But then I have this for mining and stuff still. Fire rate is crazy. Heat seeking spread. So I got another missile. More shielding. So I'm back down to 0 because I got hit once. So those are like what do you call them? Expendables. My brain's not working, but you know what I mean. Consumables. Collector range increased, cargo expansion, sensor array, longer radar range, tier 3, paints off screen, context. I probably need that, honestly. Drill nose. I want to try that. Let's try the drill nose. Those missiles are saving my ass. Oh yeah, this is fun. He got the fun vector. Where's the drill nose? I feel like I don't understand the drill nose. I think that might be a missile. Formation inbound. That cluster of blips on your radar is a wing of fighters flying V formation down there. Along one bearing towards you. They stay tight while flying in, easy to hit head on. They break formation once they engage, dogfight from then on, kill the leader and the wing scatters early, strafe perpendicular to their approach to break their lead. Dude, I'm OP now. There's definitely a couple upgrades. Unlicensed extraction logged, asset recovery authorized. Who? What? Oh, this is the arbiter. Okay, that's that guy that stole my shit earlier. Or one of them. Maybe a version of that. Look at that tractor beam. Ooh, he got me there. Oh, no, I'm gonna die. Oh, the little guy came out of nowhere. That's pretty fun, guys. Check that out. Fracken with an N dash Fracker with an R, so no E's. .Vercel.app. Check that out. That is fun. Oh, and he's in chat. Look at that. Game creator. Oh, shit. There's 3 primary weapons. Then there's an upgrade that automatically switches weapons for you depending on best to use or asteroid. Yeah. All right. That is sick. I kind of want to. Now I got to beef up mine. See, there's a little competition going now. It's like I get some inspiration for him. But I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to take mine in a different direction. It's going to be more on the exploratory side or more on like a. It's not really story. I do want it to have a fun game loop and upgrade, but I want it to be more like you're driven to get the upgrades. Like that's what you're fighting for. You're mining, maybe less combat, slower paced. Maybe you take gambles on like, should I go to this star system first or that one? You need a specific material and you're not sure if they have it. Maybe you get to a point in your journey where you can't proceed because you don't have the right feel, or I don't know. I gotta think it through. Not quite there. Let's close down this stuff. Oh yeah, so this was the 3D editor idea. We were asking Dia about what exists today for 3D specifically. So Meshy, Spline, Luma's, text to 3D. You describe what you want and they generate models, sometimes with a built-in 3D preview. You can tweak via prompts, but you don't get the interaction pattern. LLM assisted parametric CAD workflows, research systems, and internal tools where the LLM adjusts CAD parameters. So I have some CAD experience, or G-code, yeah, based on textual instructions or sensor feedback. The CMU work you surfaced is a good example, an LLM agents framework that watches camera feeds of a 3D print and updates printer parameters in real time. That's pretty cool. That kind of relates to another idea I had of having a real-time pair partner who's reading my code as I'm writing, or I'm using another agent to write it, whatever, and it will chime in and go, hey, it looks like you're missing something here, or gives you key like clippy, like a little clippy buddy. But instead of a camera watching you or watching the 3D print, it's a LLM watching your code, and it knows the plan, it knows what you're trying to build, and it monitors and updates that as you go automatically. So, different idea. I had that today, and it's kind of a amalgamation of other ideas, and a lot of people I've talked to had different similar ideas. It's like an old school, like last year everyone was talking about, oh, I could do TDD with AI, and then it just wasn't efficient. But I do want to think about that. Okay, I'm being confusing. I'll come back to it later. Gen AI design helpers around, not inside the 3D viewport. A growing pattern documented in Chai 26 paper you opened, I didn't open any of this, is people using a separate LLM, ChatGPT Claude, to help craft prompts or scripts for generative 3D tools like Meshy or Spline, then importing and refining in traditional tools, Blender, Maya. This gives prompt level help, not direct interactive editing of the geometry. Nah, not interested. The pieces are there. Vision, language, model, LLM, agents, real-time loops, but they're mostly in research prototypes. What you can approximate today, give your background game dev, TypeScript, Three.js, etc. You'll actually pretty close to being able to hack a first pass version of your own workflow. How do you know about this? I guess it knows a little bit about my history. I don't use Dia that much. Like crap. Personalization. What do you know about me? All right. Use a web-based 3D viewer. Implement mouse-driven selection. So basically, this is what I'm building. Serialize that region into compact destruction to send to an LM. There are 12,000 vertices forming the front bumper of a car with average normal X bounding box Y. There's a low-res point cloud. Have the LM respond with parameter changes or scripted edits. Yeah, I think it's going to go a little farther. Maybe I'll need an offline model. But I was thinking of something as simple as like, here's a cube. Deform the mesh to create Mickey Mouse. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I guess that's what Meshy does. But I want to be able to like edit it like I would like a Google Doc or something, where it's like real time, I'm highlighting and then adding a note like this saying, actually make this more round, whatever. Kind of like on your phone when you're doing like photo editing, you can highlight stuff now, like remove the background, stuff like that, but for 3D shaping of meshes. Does that just sound like ridiculous or obvious, or like, does that make sense to anyone, what I'm trying to say? Almost like a video game, like character creator or like morpher. Like the ones where you could do the sliders and it morphs their face and stuff. Except instead of sliders, it's LLM based, semantical. So you can just describe what you want the face to look like, and then it will do it. If you want something usable this year, the most practical stack right now would be main editor, Blender, Godot, or a custom Three.js Godot viewer for your game assets. Generative sidecar, Meshy AI, Spline AI for initial model generation or big structural changes. Feeding results into your main tool. What is Spline AI cheaper or free? I might just have to bite the bullet on. Why does this one always come up when I search for stuff? When I searched for Meshy earlier, top ad. Oh, this one looks weaker, but maybe it's free. Pricing. Nope, $20 a month. Professional, 12 per seat. Yeah, like I'm already paying, you know, $200 a month, $400 a month, whatever it is for the subscriptions. I want to use them. I know they have limitations. You can't use the API for stuff, for tools. But if I build my own tool, like I literally just did for, oh, it's my bowl. See, that wasn't too bad. Maybe I did I merge that? Maybe it fixed the balls a little bit. I don't know. I need to put that on the list of bugs. The camera's glitching at the end there. Oh, no. And the robot guys. You missed it earlier. I don't know if you were watching Santiago, but there actually are people in the game. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Yes, there are 3 frames, or 3 balls per frame in. Yeah, see this arrow? I just don't. Yeah, something's off about it. Oh, I don't know if I hit that or not at the end. Yeah, score needs to show up here. Another bug. Track that down. I don't know if I can back out of this and get. I don't want to mess with it, so I'm gonna go vibe pins dash dot verso. Oh, where's the editor? Did I not deploy? I thought I deployed it. Oh, that's right, Code Rabbit. Are all these closed now? Another one. Shit. Oops, that's probably the wrong one. Editor mode. Any other ones? Did this one get fixed? I can't tell. I guess this one was out. This is outside. Some comments are outside the diff, so it doesn't actually have anything I can comment on. But that should have been fixed. If we look, yeah, all these commits were fixing those. I'll show you the preview if you're still there, Santiago. So I got this editor now, and I can walk. Maybe you saw this earlier. I don't know if you were here. But look at, you can actually grab, oops, that's the background. You can grab like pins, move them around, and then when you let go, physics takes over. But there's still some physics here. Like if I need to click off and then click drag, there we go. Oops, up, down. There we go. Boom. You can like hit the pins. So there's not like a lot of physics. Like I can't let go and have it like keep its momentum from when I threw it. But not really looking for a real-time engine. This is kind of best of both worlds. Like it's an editor in game. You get the a bit of physics here. I mean, I don't really think that's really. So what I imagined is that because it's on a string, I should be able to swing it, but I can't really get it to swing. It's just there's not the right kind of tension. Ooh, that one really swung. There you go. Yeah, so I see this glitch sometimes where one of the pins will get crazy momentum and like spin like that. This is an example where it went off the map, I guess. So maybe that will help me understand that bug a little better if I think about it enough. Yeah, when it falls off the map, I think is when that bug's happening. That's part of it, at least. Reset view. Oh yeah, this is what I want to show you. You ready to be freaked out? You don't see the people? You don't see the people? You don't see the people. Well, I did that wrong. Ah. Look at, they were here the whole time. Oh my god, sorry. Something's off about these controls. Let's see if I go like that. And then I rotate. There we go. They're just in the dark throwing balls. Oh, it's because I went off the screen. That's what's happening. My mouse is going off the screen. See? They're not even throwing them. They're just like glued to their hand. And they're like walking. That's just creepy. That's probably not helping the frame rate either. And then this ball, I believe it will clip through when I drop it. Okay, maybe not. Maybe only if I drop it. Oh, it's on the edge. Can I pull this towards me? No. Oh, I knocked off the other ball. Oops. I keep trying to 2-finger swipe. There we go. Nope. Yeah, whatever. Clearly some physics issues. Oh, and then I wanted to look at this a bit more. Like, what is this? It looks like a Game Boy, a Walkman, kind of a robotic. Like, why are they extra random? Oh, there's the signage. It said it was going to do signage, and I was like, I don't really know what signage would make sense. It says, please be gentle. It's all cut off with our balls. That's from a screenshot I gave it of from Pins Mechanical, and I just realized it's a joke. I mean, like they do want you to not throw their balls too hard or whatever, but clearly it's innuendo. But yeah, I can't even read it. And then what is this? It's almost like a clock or something. It's just decoration, I think. But and I told you I wanted like a mesh wire kind of metal backdrop kind of thing here. This seems to be, is it baked in? Okay, that's just random. But what is this thing? Can I actually drag that? Oh, I can. Okay, so it's really is a mesh. I wonder if this is not great on your frame rate. So one thing I would like to do is delete objects and then save the scene and then have that just be the default, or like be able to choose. That would be one customization I could do to this game. I could have different vibes for the bowling alley. Are you using a game engine? Sorry, I'm playing catch up. No. I mean, this is using Three.js. It's an open library that I use for all my 3D games, and Rapier, which is another 3D physics library. Sometimes I use it. There's a couple options for physics, but it's not a game engine. It's all through code, and I vibed it with Claude. But I told it I wanted to be able to kind of edit the scene. Oh, it remembered everything. I changed. Okay, so it seems to be defaulting. What if I refresh? It's probably gone, right? Yeah, it's gone. Okay. I don't know what this is either. A lot of decoration here. But yeah, not a game engine, but I I'm trying to create a sort of trying to create an AI first 3D editor. Editor's not even the right word. Creator, mesh, manipulator. You know, like I want to. Oh, these are actually meshes. Interesting. It's not using any textures. Where's the light source? That's one thing I always wondered about. Is it on the ceiling? It's like in here somewhere. It might be pre-baked lighting. I don't know. This looks like a light. It's a metal piece, but there's a point light somewhere. Yeah, it's clearly real lighting. It's not totally baked in because it's, oh, I see. It's like pointing. Oh fuck. Whatever. Hey, Justin, the voice actor. What have you acted in, Justin? Did you hear my voices earlier? No, you weren't here. Whenever Claude is being ridiculous, we'll have to make a short of it, but basically it was saying some dumb shit and I was reading it in my funny voice. Did I not send? Oh yeah, this is the wrong one. I set these up so I could continue from my phone later. Remote control. This is the Asteroids game. This is the Vibe Racer, where we were talking about the destructible assets. And then this is where I was messing with opening Blender and trying to use the MCP. And this is the one that it kept like gaslighting me. It would say stupid shit like, "You're right, and let me clear up the dumb word first. When I said mirror, I meant a left-right reflection." That's my voice acting. You think I can get paid for that? Get a job? Which game? So I have website needs to be updated. I said I would do that on the call. But yeah, I have a SimCity knockoff that never really worked. Vibe Racer is probably the most experimental, like different modes. So the free race, your friends can just make any track they want. So you could literally type in, let me see, I think I changed the URLs. Yeah, like squirrel. No, yeah, so I could just make Justin the voice actor. And then it's going to say, that's not a track. Do you want to create one? And I'll say, yeah, create a new track. And then I can make my own tracks. And I have not used this editor, this advanced editor in a while. What's the simplest track I can make? Straight line, no. Oh my God. Just make me a simple curve. Where's the basic tracks? 45 tight hairpin. Is there no? Okay, we're doing straight. And then we're going to do a 90. It's a kink in the road. Sweep left. Okay, I'm going to sweep right. And then can I sweep again? Click. Okay, that kind of worked. And connect. And let's sweep again. And sweep again. Hey, that's your track, Justin. You want a tree? I'll give you a tree. Where? Oops. Okay. That makes sense, right? And a rock. You get a rock. Oh, there's advanced stuff. I forgot about this. Snow. Do you want to be in the snow? Here's some snow. Save. Boom. Now we can play. I'll use the default stock car. Sure. That's the snow. Oh, so slow. Oh, because I'm in a manual. I forget what I think it's a Q and E. So like kind of terrible for WASD controls in order to shift. 5 gears. That's max speed. Yeah. All the games, bro. Yeah. So and then I'm experimenting with vibe coding most of this, and so one of the things that I do is like debug modes and I'm working on an actual level editor for this one we were just looking at, which is have you ever heard of duckpin bowling? This went to a place recently in Austin called Mechanical Pins. It's like 10 pin bowling, but harder. No one's ever scored a perfect game in duckpin officially. So it's 3 balls instead of 2, still 10 frames. And it's got multiplayer and stuff, gutter balls, whatnot. But yeah, Vibracer. So I was just showing one of the things I added. Do you need some free acting for your game? I haven't really done any voice work. We were just talking about the robot voice that Santiago put in his game. But I mean, maybe I can think up something that needs acting. That'd be cool. Flatline. This was supposed to be a Doom clone in the style of what's that mouse game that came out recently? Where it's like flat 2D art. When you look at it from one perspective, it just kind of follows you around the room. Anyways, it was an art experiment, but I was like, oh, let's just copy Doom while we're at it. That should be easy. Doom has been made 1,000 trillion gazillion times, and it runs on fridges. But I got really confused about how to make this a real game. Like, where are the enemies? Like, I've told it a million times, spawn more enemies. This is ridiculous. Supply ready, sure. Anyways, randroid.dev, you can check out most of my games. Me and my brother would be down. I subbed. Awesome! Wait, who's your brother? We looked at this one earlier, basically. This one, different art style, but yeah, it's like a tycoon game. You're a software dev. You decide what app you want to make, how many devs you want to hire, if you want a designer, product, a manager, and they go to work. And then you speed up the game because it's really boring. They do a stand-up every day. Pull out their desks. The clock moves for reels. You can go to... I think I got rid of real time. It was just too slow. But yeah, they build stuff every day. I think you can click... Yeah, you can click the phone and check out the app, but it's not there yet. This was supposed to be a stream game. Do you guys want to try it? I never have it. I don't have a lot of viewers, so let's see. So, waiting for players. Oh, you know what? I think you have to. It's been a while. I think you have to run it in Streamer Billboard. Let me open this. Open Billboard. Actually, I don't even know if I'm running the server for this anymore. We'll find out. Is there a big lag on YouTube? I feel like YouTube's always behind. Yeah, so if you guys go... What's the site? You know what, I don't think I'm running it. I don't think this is going to work. And actually, YouTube definitely won't work. YouTube is broken. Their API sucks the way they do it. But if I'm on Twitch and I type bright... No, that's not it. It's like a command. Oh, man. I wish I remembered. There's like a way to reset the billboard. I think it's like slash billboard. No, not slash. SBB. Oh man, I don't remember what engine you use. I did some stuff in Godot, but it was like more trouble than it's worth when you're using AI. So you'll see some stuff from Godot earlier on if you go back far enough, like this one. And this is where I was experimenting with actually generating the art. So it's really bad, but this little miner was generated. This is Godot. And it was painful to make. So I ended up just switching to native web games. And AI is really great with native web. you just use the open source frameworks for 3D or 2D graphics like 3.js or I don't know if you're a coder or not, but you can check out my GitHub randroidsdojo and you can actually see my stack. Kind of, it works. Some of the stack changes over time, but if you check out VibeKit, a lot of it is in here. But yeah, like they're all mobile friendly and work on your phone really well, unless you have an old phone like Santiago. We just found out my game is not very performant. But yeah, so a lot of the stuff I can reuse, like leaderboards and how I set up the auth for them and stuff like that. That's all been pulled out to my own little library. This is the first one I ever did. Built it for my phone. Showed it the other day, but we could actually play this. We don't have enough streamers though, or we don't have enough viewers. By the way, I call my viewers, my subscribers, bots, clankers. So you're now a clanker, Justin. I don't have a room code. I need a new game, and I'll say 3 players. 3 players. Create game. All right, here's the code. Oh, you need to know where this is, don't you? You can join. It's a board game. It's long. Probably won't actually play it all the way through, but I'll go first. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's a real board game. You can see it in the... You can buy it in the store. Every store has it pretty much. It's called Blockus, and Blockus, Black. I don't know how you actually say it. I named this one Block U. Rotate. I forget the strategies, but yeah, place that, and now it's Yellow's turn. Oh, can I play for you? That's not right. Rule complete. Implementation per official Blockus corner and edge rules. Can I play for you for reals? That's crazy. Okay, something's broke. You tell I never played this with other people. But yeah, the point is you try to place all of your pieces, and you can only place them like this diagonally. You can't put them like that. They can't connect like that. Can't connect like that. They have to be connected diagonally. They can't just be out here on their own. That's why it turns gray. And you want to use like the trickier, larger pieces first. Is like a strategy you could do. I could just keep playing for you guys. I don't know if multiplayer works too well. But eventually it gets hard to place pieces. That's kind of like the point. Though I don't know how it works with just like 2 people. Like I feel like you'd be able to place all your stuff. So one strategy is to like try to like go into other people's territory right away. Because you always have to connect to one of your pieces. So if someone kind of blocks you off, that's the name of the game, right? Then you can't place any more pieces. You essentially lose. So I think yellow kind of is blocking themselves. I say they. I did it. Can't put it there. Got to put it here. Try to put this guy. It's going all the way across the map. This guy's going to go up here, take this territory. I'm not even rotating, but you can rotate 2. Don't have to always connect to the last piece. You can keep connecting there. Let's do some weird pieces like this. Works on mobile too, I think. Pretty sure. I feel like we're gonna actually be able to complete this I've never played it to completion. Let's see. Curious. How many more pieces do I actually have? You definitely run out of space with 4 people. I wonder if 3 is actually broken. That's hilarious. Everybody's gonna win. Just trying to get to somebody to get blocked. Alright, so why can he place this? Oh, because it's my piece, you can be right next to it? I guess. I'm not even sure. I haven't played it, the real board game in a while. Takes a while before it starts to get tricky. I think we're about there. Boom. Yeah, I think 4 people's more fun. This is definitely not a challenge. Also not really thinking about strategy. Let's see. Did I place the hard pieces first? No, probably should have. Just going down the list basically. Okay, so this is a hard piece. Like, I think he's good though there. There's gonna be too many easy pieces left. Okay. We might have our first piece that you can't play because this touches here, so you can't put it there. I can rotate though, don't forget. Here, this will work. Boom. Okay, I think yellow's kind of blocked off. Yellow cannot go down anymore. Yellow might be losing soon. Ooh, let's see. Rotate. Rotate again. Maybe there. I think I can drag, right? Can I drag? Yeah. Oh, there's one. This one would be fun to play against an AI, actually. Rotate. Ooh, this is a great piece. Look at this. Boom. Slotted right in there. This one's crazy. I'm just going to put a simple one. I don't really want yellow to win anyways. Screw you, yellow. Rotate. Do you see it? You see a place this can go? Bum. Bright. Why did I type bright? Oh, I was trying to do the text tracer game. It's a little easier now that I'm thinking about it on mobile or like on a electronic board because you can just kind of like just drag until something connects or like turns the right color. It's a lot slower in the real world because you're like, you have to think, oh wait, is this a valid piece? Is this a valid piece? And then half the time you'll catch like people placing invalid pieces because they didn't think about it properly. It's like that's good. Why isn't this one good? Oh, because of this or whatever. And these ones are kind of obviously wrong, I guess. All right, yellow, are you out? Are you giving up? You used your easy piece. You used your easy piece. Now I don't know. Oh, I got it. This is actually a pretty good spot. No, that's not gonna work. Ooh. Needed one more row. And then that would have worked. think it. I'm sure there's something. Maybe one of these. Oh, there's one. Because of this right here. That's how you can get past people's blocks. Probably another one of those where I can like go in between blue or something. But I'm not seeing it. Something like this, right? No. I'm not convinced red's gonna lose before yellow. Come on. There's no way. Mouse PI. Yeah, that was the game. Thank you, Santi. Oh my god. I think that piece will not play. Let's try something like this. This one should work. Or not. Okay. Rotate, rotate, rotate. This guy. Are you kidding me? Red, you screwed yourself. Alright, I'm sure there is a one, but I'm gonna pass. Oh, did pass not work? I feel like pass didn't work. Pass turn, pass turn. Oh, you can't pass. Oh. Guess I didn't test that. Maybe because I'm not actually red. I was just placing his pieces for him. It's like, you can't give up. There is a place that will work. Something around here, maybe. Oh, he has this guy. We'll just use the single piece. Confirm. There's definitely going to be some spots that work here. Come on. There's one. Okay, yellow, you have to be out now. You got lucky on that last one, but I don't think you got it in you to do any more Hail Mary saving passes. Let's do a rotate on this one. Maybe something here. No. Pass turn. Can't pass on this guy either. Well, that might be it, folks. There's all the moves that are tracked there. Yeah, I don't know if it's blocking me from passing because it's in multiplayer, because there's still a piece to play, or just straight up broken. But I'm sure there's a, not sure, but there's probably a playable piece, and I'm not going to spend 30 minutes trying to find it. Take a screenshot. Let me zoom out. I'm playing it embedded on my page, so you can't actually see the full board, but take some screenshots. Can you find, I guess you only need the top half. Can you find a actual playable piece with this board state? It'd be cool if you could like take all these and replay the board state, kind of like chess, you know how they track all the moves, and then you ask like a chess master from their head, okay, if b7 went to, I can't even pretend to know chess. Well, technically, I think anyone can just load this page, and it should work. You just go join game, and then you put in the code that I gave you earlier, ANF98E. Join local players 1. Oh, I did 3 locals, didn't I? I'm an idiot. I bet you I did. I bet you that's what I did. So what I was supposed to do was total players 3, local players 1. That's what I was supposed to do. So if you guys tried to join and you couldn't, that is why. All right. So there was a problem with blocking then. I should have been able to block or skip, whatever it's called. Oh, this is not a valid first piece. Interesting. Makes sense, I guess. All right. Well, if anyone's around, play that new code. So you go join, paste, join. Yes, reclaim host. Start with player 1. Oh, did it not save? That's annoying. Ah, the power of vibe coding. Look how many bugs I can produce. No. Yeah, it's just there's no users. It's like people play these things, I'll make them better. I'm sure there's like 5 more games in there I didn't talk about. But I am tired, so I think I'm going to call it closing out tabs. Yeah, so gonna make a editor. Okay, not my turn. What else? Closing out that one. Tuning lab. Yeah, there's plenty more in vibe racer, drag racing. Not quite figured out yet, but you can tune your car, which isn't fun at all, but you can. And then you can, and it has to be manual, and they're faster. These cars are, I want to make all the cars in the game, in every game mode faster, but the drag ones are definitely the best. So I changed something about my car, so I'm obviously worse. 163. So yeah, you can change your parts. And then Derby is the other game mode I'm working. Oh, I didn't show you this one, World Tour. So this is actually supposed to be the new Vibe World Tour or whatever. I gave up on Vibe Gear, but it's supposed to be Top Gear racing, where it's actual championship style racing with other players. For some reason, this car is just terrible. There's health because you actually can repair your car after each race. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with this vehicle. Tuning lab. Oh, I redid the tuning so you can manually slide now. You can totally cheat. Braking force. Rolling friction. So you stop when you let off. Steering, you can mess with it here. Off-track drag. Off-track max speed. Boom. Save tuning. Duh. I don't know. Use this setup. Duh, is now your active setup. Close. World Tour. Alright, let's see if this car is better. Nah, it's not. It's either not saving or there's like a legit issue. Controls. Oh, maybe it doesn't use tunings because you can upgrade. That must be it. But yeah, it's terrible. Anyways, there's tons of settings in here. You can change them, make it night, and I don't know. A lot of features in this one, but it got a little out of control. And now I'm working on Destruction Derby. This feature list is old, actually. I need to update it. It got really crazy. 244 features was just for the free race. Settings is crazy. Model viewer is not even all the models. These are just the ones from Derby, but doesn't have the destructible ones that I was working on earlier on the stream, where it was, well, you can't actually see it on this one, but it had the steering wheel backwards. That's in a PR. Boom, detonate, repair, take the wheel, drive. Okay, now I'm just repeating myself. Watch the VOD. I go over all this. Two follow-ups worth doing. The other three derby models almost certainly share the same flip lights. Okay, fix those as well. Any game code looks up these parts by name. Cool. Fixing the models. You are, what was this one? One finding verified valid fix, the window blur handle. Oh yeah, this is the code rabbit fixes. Let's get that merged. By pins. Pull request. Are you happy now, Code Rabbit? No. What the hell? Is it the same issue? Verify each finding against current. Yeah, so it did update. Editor released the latch look after. No, that's a different one. Did you not fix it? Is that the same one? Verify each finding. Yes. Source main blur handler. Blur handler. Yeah, it's supposed to have fixed it. Done. Finding verified valid fixed. Fixed the blur handler. Did you not commit? Skipped already fixed. It's the same finding. Get status. Get push. I mean, it seems like it's already pushed. Yeah, it's fixed right here. Okay, so fixed in this commit. Usually CodeRabbit will monitor that stuff automatically. Anyways, I think I'm going to merge this guy. CodeRabbit, take away your disapproval. I'm going to give you one last chance. Refresh. Refresh. All right, I think I closed it. Confirmed. Cool. I'm not going to run it again. It's okay if our brand new editor is broken. Cool. All right, well, that's going to do it for me, folks. Thank you, Clankers. Thanks for the sub. And remember, we're trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube. I know that number sounds so freaking low, but if you could hop over to YouTube if you're on Twitch, really appreciate it. All the VODs go there. Leave comments. Let me know what you want to see more of, and let me know what you hate. And tell me my voice is stupid and my microphone sucks. I'm just kidding. Tell me you love Block U and you want me to fix the bugs, because it's so awesome. And if it just didn't have problems, you would totally play it. All right. That's what I want to hear in the comments. Or pick any of those games that I showed you. It doesn't have to be Block U. All right, Vibers, I'm out. Catch you on the flip side.